It's almost 8:30. He was the man responsible for putting Jamaican popular music on the world map. Over 30 years ago, he was the first superstar on the island, and he still has a cult following. He flew into London last week for the 10 Commandments of Ska on Saturday night. The title of the evening, of course, inspired by his own 10 Commandments of Man. He bust the British pop charts and ripped it up on Ready, Steady, Go, and he's back again, and he's done it again. Prince Buster, it is great to have you back in London, and welcome to Kiss 100. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you, Reddy. And you know it's always a pleasure to speak with you because you're like family.
Al Capone, guns don't argue.
Distinctive voice of the Prince. I tell you, I wish I could do it, and you can still do it. Yeah. You can still do it. It's great to have you back in London. How did it feel on Saturday night? There you were, live and direct, in front of your fans at the Brixton Academy for the 10 Commandments, of course, inspired by your song of the very same name. How did it feel? What was it like? What was the vibe like?
Well, the vibe was good. I felt good because then before me, the people were happy, and if I see the people happy, then I feel good. And I work with the crowd, because I'm a voice of the people, man. And I and them got together and made a party of it.
Wicked. Well, listen, we are delighted because the promotional company that's responsible for the show, I'm delighted that they've actually managed to just get a mix down of the actual recording on Saturday night. So we've got it on Dub Dat, so let's press that button. Buster live on Saturday night.
Down Orange Street. Hey?
How much do you want for a
we shall meet on Orange Street. The music is sweet. I've got the beat. You heard the news, old pal. Now don't you run away. Oh, sweet beat, shaking up Orange Street. Oh, sweet beat, rocking down Orange Street. Nothing to conquer. Prince Buster got the honor. His crown you can't wear. It will put you in fear. And when you slip you I go slide. And if you run you can't hide. Cause I got a whip stuck right in my hip. Oh, sweet beat, shaking up Orange Street. west to the east. I said, don't get upset. You will live to regret. Cox, show me respect. Don't you forget. Like a fish in the sea, I got you caught in my net.
Buster's face in here. You've got a hornsman in here as well.
I am the one with the honor. My crown you can't wear. It I go drive you in fear. And if you slip you I go slide. And when you run there's no place to hide. 'Cause I've got a whip. It drives you in my hip. Helio. Taking up Orange Street, walking down Orange Street.
Boy, that is a vibe.
Yeah, vibe. But when you got the people who for you love and they love you, you make a thing of it. You
But
know?
what about that band? Who were the players of
Well,
instruments?
this is it. Nigel took me to meet Mike, and I met Mike in the rehearsal day, and I was fascinated by the way he played his horn. So, you know, we gave him a few things to do, and both of us, he played it, and we ended up liking it. And now I'm planning to use Mike on future sessions.
Wonderful. Shaking up Orange Street, rocking down Orange Street. Of course,
Rocking down Orange
you ruled Orange Street. And for those listeners who are saying, where's Orange Street? What's it about? Perhaps new to the older style of music that started the whole thing of reggae ska, and you were there at the creation. You were very much a pioneer of it. What was the significance of Orange Street in those days?
Well, Orange Street is the music street. It's the music that gives the beat. And in Orange Street, a lot of great musicians between Orange Street and Luke Lane were either born there, grow there, congregate there. And one of the other reasons was that I see Rodigan that they're trying to interpolate the history of the music and put in and take what they want. And they want to begin it up top when it started a long time ago. And I insist that Tom, the great Sebastian, must be given credit, because in my mind, that is the greatest sound system ever.
And you know about sound because you had your own sound as well.
But I came from Tom. People say I came from Coxon. They're wrong. Coxon took me from Tom. He took Colt Machuki from Tom. But Tom was a gentleman, wasn't a violent man. So when Duke Reed came with the posse of bad men, Tom just packed up and left. And it hurt me to this day. Because when it comes to placing music, creating comfortable, enjoyable atmosphere for the people, that was Tom.
That was then, and this is now, and I'm afraid I have to play some more oldies of yours. I'm sorry, I shouldn't dwell too much in the past, but I'm afraid your contribution to the music was so important that we can't possibly have you here and not play certain tracks. One of them we just heard, of course, one of
God
your
is
anthems.
great.
Well, and so are you, if you don't mind me saying so. But in terms of new music, I understand, a little whisper on the grapevine, that you have been busy because you're now based in Miami, Florida. We've spoken to you on the phone there.
Yeah.
We've phoned you up and surprised you on your birthdays when you've been poolside.
Right, yeah, remember that time?
But are you active? Have you been busy, or are you keeping it all under lock and key?
Well, let me just whisper something to you. What I wanted to happen has finally happened. All this time I went to New York recording rhythm and tracks with Scatlites and Winston Grennan and Roland and things, and want to finish them. But we came back to Miami and went to the Miami sound studio, and I wasn't comfortable.
Right.
So I built a private studio for my own recording at the back of my home, and thank God, after all this, it's now done. So I'm going to complete this music, I'm going to make new music, and I want to produce the young folks coming up. I'd like to
Oh, that's
produce some
great.
young artists.
That's great. So you're going to reinvest and bring new talent through. That's wonderful.
Right, yeah.
Well, listen, from the days when you were a young, skinny...
young.
Yeah, I know you're young. I beg your pardon. But you know what I mean, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
I tell you, whatever you're on, I want half a pint of it immediately. This man has not aged. If this was television, you'd say, but hang on, when he was on Ready, Steady, Go, he looked like that, only he didn't have a beard. So whatever you want, give me half a pint, please, as we play one of your most famous recordings, the story of that fearful Judge Dredd. Imagine appearing before this geezer. History.
Order. Now my court is in session. Will you please stand? First, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Judge 100 Years. Some people call me Judge Dredd. Now, I am from Ethiopia. Try hard, you rude boys, for shooting black people. In my court, only me talk, cause I'm vexed. And I am the rude boy today. Who got case?
Yes, sir.
Rude boy, Adolphus Chase. Yes, sir. Rude boy, Emmanuel Zachariah Zaki Palm.
Present.
George Robin Flea, present. Adolphus James.
Yes, sir.
I see where you have been charged. 10 shooting with intent. 5 murder charge. 6 grab and flee charge.
But you are not,
Hush up. Guilty or not guilty?
not guilty, sir.
I don't care what they say. Take 400 here. Stand up. Emmanuel.
Those poor rude boys. I mean, you slaughtered them.
Sir.
Well,
You've been charged. 15 charges of
let
shooting.
me a judge now. You're stars for Judge Dredd now.
Murder charge.
Yeah.
Imagine if Judge Dredd was in Jamaica now.
I heard
Different
that
story.
You was the one down there in Sutton Street who tell the judge, rude boys don't.
Here we are, watch him break down.
Well, this is King Street, and my name is Judge Dredd, and I don't care. Now take 400 years.
I don't know what I'm going to say, you know, Your Honor, because...
Hush up, what they trying to do, shoot me up?
No, Your Honor, but I didn't see him.
Well, quiet. 400 more years for you.
Oh my God, just like that.
Put together.
George, grab and flee.
George, grab and flee.
Stop your crying. Rude boys don't cry, that's what I hear.
I didn't read you, no, sir. I don't give you a
I don't hear. Hush up.
He says they framed them, but you don't believe
Charge
it.
for robbing school children.
Stop the violence.
Charged with robbing school children. George, grab and flee. Great musical history from the Prince himself. And I just heard some very good news that you whispered across the microphone, but you're prepared to go live with it. You're going to record while you're here as well.
Yes, I feel good about Mike's ability, and I think I'm doing something with Mike, and we're arranging it right now.
Wonderful.
So the first bullet from the second coming, as they call it, might come out of London like Wash Wash did. Now many people don't know Wash Wash was made here.
Did you do it here?
Wash Wash was me, George Fame,
Yeah.
Rico.
Wash.
Yeah.
Wash all your
Troubles away. Whoa yeah, whoa yeah, whoa yeah.
I sung with Prince Buster. I can always say that. Listen, we're back with the Prince in just a moment.
This Saturday and every Saturday, Garage City takes over Bar Rumba from 9 till 6 in the morning. Bar Rumba is situated at 36 Shaftesbury Avenue in London from 9 till 6 in the morning with DJs from all around the globe. Plus every Sunday, get
Special nightclub, global calling with Kiss 100 and the Foster's Ice DJ Academy.
Sorry, Mike, I preempted you there. Sorry, do come in. Mike is the man that Buster's been on and on about, the man who arranged these magnificent horns for the live session on Saturday, and with whom Buster is going to work on Thursday, and he's just popped into the studio. Mike, welcome along. You were telling us about something that's happening on Wednesday. Please share it with us.
Yes, on Wednesday at the PD Centre in the High Road in Finchley, right by the North Circular. They're having a open day, and it's a particular celebration against any of the racial interests and attitudes that there are in society. And the whole centre is there to teach the teachers of the borough how to deal with their cultural and multicultural situations. Now, there's a soul band playing there, and because I'm depping in that just for the night to help some friends. We've arranged that Prince Buster's going to come and attend and talk to them, have a look at the facility, and who knows, it just may be possible that he'll just have a little run through with one of the numbers that we plan to record this week.
Thank you, Mike. Buster, when you finish the recording here, you're off presumably back to Miami. Do you occasionally pop down to Jamaica as well?
Yeah, I was down. If you came down, you see the whole shop is fixing up. We're renovating the shop.
Oh, okay.
And if you go there right now, you can see inside lots of woods and things, because then Orange Street will be Orange Street, and my headquarters will always be 127 Orange Street.
That sounds a beat, Prince Buster. Listen, Prince, thank you so much indeed for joining us. And I know
let
your
me say
wife's
hello
here.
to my sister,
Exactly.
Doreen Campbell, Judith, and my wife, Mola, and to Duke Vin, Peckins, Leroy, all of you. I'm here, man. I'm happy and everything is great. I'm here with Rodigan, so I'm feeling comfortable. Bye.
Prince Buster, thank you so much. We have to play this. One of your anthems, if ever there was one. Prince Buster live on Kiss 100. Thank you, Buster.
Hey, man, thank you.
Madness, they call it madness. Madness, madness, they call it madness. Explain, you see, that is what they mean to me. Madness, madness, I call it madness. Madness, madness, they call it madness. Madness, madness, they call it madness. I'm about to explain that someone is using his brain. Madness, madness, they call it madness. Propaganda ministers, propaganda ministers. I've got a aim in view. I'm gonna walk all over you. Cause madness, madness, I call it gladness. But if this is madness, man, I know I'm filled with gladness. It's gonna be rougher. It's gonna be tougher. And I won't be the one who's gonna suffer. Oh no, I won't be the one who's gonna suffer. You are going.
This Saturday.